When you hear riders talking about their weekend and saying, you know what, I didn't crash a single time this weekend, and that's like some kind of like major badge of honor, you know that's been one of the hardest tracks that we've had to race in a long time. Let me tell you, I'd agree with them. That was pretty hard. Decked it on my race run, smashed up my elbows. I've been in the medical tent getting all stitched up and all bandaged up. So I didn't even get to see the race. I missed it. I was chatting to Moni, and the lovely woman she bandaged me up, gave me some pink tape because I ride for Pinkbike. Luckily, we've got a few team members. Ed over at Pinkbike, he watched the race. He's given me some feedback. He's typed in. So let's get going. Here's some stories. My battery died. Huh? My battery. Oh no, it didn't. I got some stories right here. One of the trickiest tracks on the World Cup circuit. And like, why was it tricky? Well, it's got the perfect combination of rock, lots and lots of rock, natural to the hill. It's not like granite that's super grippy and kind of almost like grainy. It's quite smooth. And then you get this clay dirt that when it's wet, oh, it's lethal. It's absolutely lethal. And it rains a lot here. We're in a huge, massive forest on the east coast of the USA. They get a lot of rain. All of that added together just made for one of the hardest tracks to get down, and people were genuinely stoked when they would get a clean run. I mean, that was people's goal in qualifying. I'm just going to get down the hill. That's gnarly. Proper gnarly. So on race day, it didn't rain and things did start to dry out. So bits of the track were getting better, but those sections in the trees were still gnarly. And if you watched the live feed, I'm sure you saw it. People's wheels were slipping and sliding all over the place, including mine. Looking at the junior racing, it's the familiar names of Gracie Hemstreet and Jackson Goldson who have been dominating this season. They've been super consistent, with both of them having 4 wins this year, and they are now leading the series. Next week sees us racing in Canada, kind of Canada, French Canada, pretty much Canada. So we should be seeing Gracie and Jackson looking for something special in their home country. Oh, we'll just slide in there. Amy Kenyon of Pinkbike Racing got second. Thank God I signed her, because the rest of us didn't do very well. Another dominant rider this year is Camille Balanche, whose technical skills really suited this track. She's got amazing balance, really good precision, and it's the kind of skills that are required for this trail. This is her 3rd win this year, and she has not been outside the top 3 in any rounds this year. And that'll be why she is leading the series by a decent amount now. In the elite men's racing, we were given a real show with riders dancing on a knife edge between crashing and having a good run. Amaury Pierron was the rider to master the track, and he was the 4th rider ever to win 4 races in a season. And given the form he's on now, and considering he was even not sure if he would do well this weekend, I'll bet he's going to improve on that by the end of the year. One of the runs that I was super happy about was Bernard Kerr getting his best ever result in 2nd. He's now officially, I think, the world's fastest vlogger, and he's doing a mix of team managing, vlogging and racing to the highest level, and I can really respect that. You need to ask him how he does it. There's obviously some secret there, or maybe it's those Continental tyres that 3 of the people on the top 5 on the men's podium are running. We'll never know. We will never know. I have heard that he was seen at the finish saying 0.4 over and over again because he was so close to taking his first ever win. And after 15 years of racing, it was really cool to see. One of the coolest results of the weekend was Ronan Dunne, the young Irish rider who he's always the fastest person you see on track. Back when we were doing trackside analysis a couple of years ago, he was often the person that was fastest through the sections we were filming on. And you could just tell it was just going to take time for him to figure out how to piece it together, and he was going to get a great result. And then he qualified in the top 5, and then he finished 4th. And he works at home on the farm. He's almost like a privateer. You know, you see Instagram clips of him driving the tractor. He's got the hay bales on the back. Big job on, boys. He works hard for it. And he was so stoked. Seeing anyone being that happy is just, I mean, it's a delight to see. And yeah, good job, Ronan. We'll be seeing him again, I have no doubt. Finally, there was huge milestones for 2 riders. Florent Payet with his 100th World Cup start and finish, and Greg Minnaar with his 150th World Cup start. And the interesting fact is, I was chatting to his mechanic, And he says out of those 150 starts, he's had 89 podiums. I may be off a tiny bit in the numbers, but it's definitely over a 50% success rate of podiums for Greg Minnaar. That's insane. And that is it from here in Snowshoe. One heck of a race. One of the hardest tracks that we've ever had to race on. It was like genuinely super cool just to try and get down it. A real challenge, but those racers that managed to put down those runs deserve huge respect. There's more action coming because we're going to Mont Saint Anne next week for one of the oldest tracks on the circuit. People usually correct me when I'm wrong, so check in the comments, they'll let me know. But it's been going since I started racing, and that's a long time. So yeah, stay tuned for all the action in Mont Saint Anne. Hope you enjoyed all the videos from here. I've been Ben Cathro. Those are my pink elbows, and we'll see you in Canada. See you there in a bit. Bye.